Welcome to Canada's podcast.
Hello, I'm Mario Toneguzzi, Managing Editor of Canada's Podcast. Today on Calgary's podcast, I have as a guest Eno Eka, who is CEO of Eno Consulting Inc. and founder of the Business Analysis School in Calgary. Thanks for joining us today, Eno.
Thank you for having me, Mario.
All right, so you seem to be a very busy lady. Let's talk about the two things that you do. First of all, the consulting side of things. What do you do there, and what are you consulting with, and with who?
Absolutely. So Eno Consulting is a business and technology consulting company. We provide business solutions to small and medium businesses in Canada, and we started in the Calgary area because that's where I am based. And so everything from recruitment and hiring, technology integration, project management, business analysis, data analysis, training and workshops, we provide the whole 9 yards for businesses. Our goal is to help businesses increase their revenue through affordable technology systems and, of course, improving their processes. So that's what we do at Eno Consulting.
And how long have you been doing that?
6 years now.
All right. Tell me, you're also founder of the Business Analysis School. What is that?
Yes, the Business Analysis School is an edtech learning organization. It was also founded 6 years ago, and I created the Business Analysis School to help aspiring professionals. And the immediate audience at that time was immigrants in Canada, because I'm also an immigrant in Canada. And most immigrants struggle to reintegrate into into the workforce when they move to Canada, because Canada helps you move here, but they don't help you settle into a job. So great for immigration, not exactly integration. And so the BA School is designed to help professionals leverage their skills and experiences to land roles in business analysis, data analysis, product management, and the rest of them. I used to be an accountant, and so I was able to make that transition to business analysis and work in tech. And so I created the school to help other immigrants, and we now help professionals all over the world to get started as business analysts.
All right, so let's delve into your background. Where are you from originally?
Nigeria.
All right. When did you come to Canada?
6 years ago.
Oh, really? Did you come straight to Calgary?
Straight to Calgary.
Why? Why Calgary?
Why Calgary? Great question. Well, I mean, I threw a dart at the map and it landed on Calgary. Jokes. So I had to choose between, it was always between Toronto, Vancouver, and Calgary. And I looked at so many things. For me, I didn't want a big city. I wanted a city that, could give me a mix of everything. Big city, but also a lot of culture available. And I love the nature here as well. And when I looked at the taxes here, Alberta had better taxes, housing as well. Housing was also one of the reasons why I moved here, at that time. And honestly, I haven't regretted moving to Calgary ever since.
So what were you doing in Nigeria?
Great question. So in Nigeria, I started my career as an accountant, and then I transitioned into business analysis. And so I was a business analyst before I moved to Canada 6 years ago.
Oh, okay, then. And what was your curious? I'm always curious about immigrants. Well, my father and my mother were immigrants too from Italy, but always curious about what was your first impression of when you got here? What was it, and what was the toughest thing to deal with?
First impression, well, I came in April and I thought, oh, winter's over. To my surprise, walking out of the airport and it's snowing, I ran back.
It never ends in Calgary, you know that.
Oh my God. So first I had to get used to the cold. But honestly, aside from that, is the people were so welcoming, so welcoming, so lovely. In fact, I got picked up at the airport by someone I haven't met since that night. Someone offered to pick me up from the airport and took me out to my house. To my house here in Calgary that I'd already, got in before I arrived. I've never seen that person till today. And I had, so many stories of how people have helped me in different ways. So I love the people here, so welcoming, multicultural. I meet people from different countries, different backgrounds every day, doing amazing things. My biggest struggle, I would say, was, the job search process. So, when you're coming into Canada, the immigration programs, give you the perception that, there are jobs available in Canada. Canada needs people. And then
Mm.
when you come in, you're asked to go to the immigration employment centers, speak to a counselor, get the career support and help that you need. However, I come from a very specialized background in business analysis. Getting in there, the counselors couldn't help me. They didn't know much about my job and my career. And, the kinds of jobs they were referring me to were like warehouse and,
Yeah.
sales and things like that. And that wasn't my background. And so I did struggle because I figured, oh, I'm going to get the help I need. And so I had to figure everything out myself and find mentors
Mm.
that could help me. I used, platforms like LinkedIn to find these mentors.
With over 700 episodes and 500 news articles, we are your go-to source for all things entrepreneurship. CanadasPodcast.com. Subscribe now.
Can you talk a little bit about that aspect of it? Because and imagine, for an immigrant coming to a different country,
Yeah.
everything is different, everything is new.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them may not have any, any people that they know here. How important is that whole connection thing? The resources to help
Mm-hmm.
immigrants transition, I guess.
Yeah. It's really tough, Mario, really, really tough. When you come here, you have the expectation that, there's going to be, some program, something to help you. And there are some programs, but it doesn't serve all. It's not a one size fits all thing.
Yeah.
And so what really helped me was building connections before I landed in Canada, because I moved here by myself, no family, no friends, not knowing anybody.
Wow.
And just, moving here without any support. And so I built my support system using online networks, LinkedIn, Facebook, WhatsApp. I joined groups. I reached out to people directly, introducing myself, asking for a coffee chat to learn more about their career, their experience. And, that's something that really helped me because after 2 weeks of being here,
Mm.
connecting with people, I started getting referrals. I started getting, feedback from people on my interview process and
Yeah.
helping me along my journey. And that helped me to land my first job as a business analyst here.
You must have been pretty young coming here.
Well, I like that you think I'm still young. So yeah,
Okay.
well, compared to you.
But that I don't know. It just to me, just coming to a place that's complete. Like, I did that myself. No, not that extent, but I moved
Mm,
across the country when I was 23.
yeah.
Only a couple of years ago. But across the country, not knowing really anybody and
Right.
establishing and starting a new life. What does it
Yeah.
take in an individual to do that? Like, what are the
Mm,
qualities that a person needs to,
mm.
I guess, take that risk?
Right. Yeah, I think the first thing you need to have a positive mindset, right? Because there's
Yeah,
going to be so many reasons why you shouldn't. Go and search on the internet, so many negative reasons.
yeah,
Ask people, they're going to tell you no. I mean, I had people telling me it was going to be the worst decision of my life. I shouldn't leave the job I had and move to a country that I know nobody. And they say, oh, it's very cold there. So, you need to have a very positive mindset and believe that it's going to work out for you regardless. So that positivity is really key. And then resilience, because you're
mm,
going to face challenges. You will face challenges. I faced challenges getting in here. My bags were lost on my flight to Calgary.
oh boy,
And so imagine coming in here, no family, your bags were lost on your flight. You had just paid 6 months of rent up front. And so you were on a crunch to get a job, get money, start your life from scratch. It was that resilience. I think I got that push to like, you know what, this has to work. And so that resilience is really important and that positive mindset. And then, of course, finding a community of, a support system as fast as possible.
where'd you get that positive mindset from?
I want to say a bit of it is it's inborn.
Yeah,
I've always been that way. Taking chances, had that positive mindset that things are going to work out.
yeah,
But also it's also been from learning from people, my parents, mentors, reading books to help with my mindset and my belief system as well.
Who did you read that was influential to you?
I've read so many books. I want to say that one book that I have read that's really, really helped me, especially when I was moving to Canada, one of my mentors recommended this book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, because I kept giving him so many negative reasons why, I think I should probably not move right now. I heard this, I heard that. And he's like, you need to train your mind. And so he recommended The Power of the Subconscious Mind. I can't remember who wrote it right now, but that's a really great book to help you if you're stuck in that unbelief and that doubtful mode.
Yeah, because you get into that negative mode and I guess being negative, not thinking you could do something, etc.
Right.
Self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Isn't it? You said that you had a business analysis. So do you focus on anything in particular? Any type of business?
Yes. So within business analysis for the school, we help all professionals, and even within any consulting, we help all businesses. I've worked across so many industries. I've worked in banking, I've worked in tech, I've worked in construction, I've worked in the food and beverage industry. And also we have consultants on our team who have worked in, healthcare, government, education. And so we serve a variety of industries. There's no limitations to the industries that we can serve.
Okay. So say you're talking to me, I'm an entrepreneur.
Right.
Tell me what are the, from what you've seen, what are the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make?
Biggest mistakes. Well, first of all, entrepreneurs think that, when they start a business, family and friends are going to support them. That's not true.
Yeah.
Second thing is raising capital. A lot of entrepreneurs don't know how tough and hard it is to raise capital. And a lot of them start businesses and hope that, they can, raise capital quickly. That takes time. So if you're going to be bootstrapping your business, you want to make sure you do, extensive business research, have a business plan and a financial plan. A lot of people just have a business plan without a financial plan because setting up a business is so expensive and businesses don't get profitable till some businesses, it takes 3 to 5 years. For my business, we weren't profitable till about the third year in business. And so these are things you have to take note of too as well once you're starting out a business. Another thing is hiring, being able to hire as soon as possible. So once you're at a place where you started earning revenue, I highly recommend that you start to hire for key roles so that you can focus on bringing in more revenue into the business. So if you have to do more business development or sales calls, you can hire someone to do some admin work so you can save more time there and bring in more revenue to the business.
Okay. So being like a consultant with businesses, I imagine one of the key things is being brutally honest with people, right? And
yes,
even though they may not like to hear what you're going to tell them, right?
Yes.
How do you do that? How do you diplomatically do that?
That's a great question. So, one thing that I always do is I come with the statistics, I come with the facts, right? So I don't just, tell you, oh, this plan wouldn't work. I show you why it won't work. Maybe, trends of businesses who have, gone through this path, who have invested this way or who have started up in this way. And I give you recommendations. So as a business analyst and consultant, I don't just, tell you this can't work. I give you other solutions. And so that's something I would do. I come with the facts and the statistics, and then I give you multiple options that you can select from.
Discover the latest trends, strategies, and success stories in the ever-evolving world of business. CanadasPodcast.com. Subscribe now.
Now, starting from scratch, basically, and you come to Canada 6 years ago. When you look back on those 6 years, what do you think it was that made you successful and where you are today?
Well, a couple of the things that, helped me through my early days still help me till today. I'll definitely say, having a very positive mindset, strong belief system. I am Christian. I believe in God. And so I pray every day and, put forward my expectations into prayer. Also, I have, built a community. I have a support system. I have, resilience. Another thing is I'm very adaptable. So I'm able to adapt to whatever situation I find myself. I also pivot very quickly. I take risks as well. So I've taken lots of risks. I mean, I started this business 6 years ago and I moved here 6 years ago. And so within 6 months of being in Canada, I started a business, which is such a risky thing to do. No startup capital, no family. And so I was basically building my business through my earnings from my full-time job. So I've taken lots of risks, some paid off, some didn't. And so I highly, recommend anyone who's willing to, achieve great things. You want to achieve uncommon things, then you have to also do uncommon things as well.
So, you know what, we're talking about the immigrants, and it's, immigration has been, big news in Canada for the last couple of years. A lot of immigrants coming here. How important are immigrants to the country, beyond the cultural part of it, but from an economic point of view? How important is the integration of immigrants?
The integration of immigrants in Canada is very, very, the economic impact is so huge, so huge. First of all, immigrants, when you're coming here as a permanent resident or even as a student into Canada, for example, you have to come with proof of funds. You have to come with funds. So you don't just come empty-handed. Canada expects that they see in your bank statement a certain amount of money and you're bringing that into the country. And so first of all, you are either buying a home or renting a home. And so you're already supporting the economy. And then immigrants come with lots of skills. And so the companies don't have to train these new immigrants because they're highly skilled. And so they come in and they're coming into these companies and they're delivering value. And so they're coming into these companies, serving, delivering value. And of course, they're paying back taxes. Some of them are coming in and they're starting businesses. And so they're, creating employment. They're paying taxes too as well, and they're supporting the economy. So immigrants are playing such a huge role. I'm always excited to find a new business owned by an immigrant. I love hearing their stories and their journeys. And I just pray that, there's going to be way more support for these immigrants, in the future. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you do to relax?
I love reading. I read books. I love to read books. So I love to read books. I love to listen to music. I take walks, and something I'm getting into is like horse riding. I love horses, and so something I'm getting into is horse riding. Hopefully, I can become a pro in that. And then another thing I'm looking into is actually playing tennis. I love the sport of tennis. So I'm looking into that as well.
As a busy person, and especially when from a professional standpoint, do you think a lot of people and a lot of business owners don't spend time taking care of themselves?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I struggled with that myself, especially in the early days of you grinding your business. And not having like the team to help you, and you're the marketing person, the salesperson, the graphic designer, every customer service. And so it could be really tough and hard. But I highly recommend that we take time and listen to our bodies, prioritize sleep, take our vitamins, eat well, and try to catch those breaks, especially weekends, as much as you can. If you can at least, take some weekends off to rest, your body would thank you for it.
Yeah, I certainly will. Well, thanks so much, Eno, for joining us today. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much, Mario. This was a fun chat. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Bye.